Now to Northern Ireland, where anti-immigrant protesters in Belfast set fire to homes, businesses and vehicles on Tuesday after a knife attack by a Sudanese asylum seeker the previous day. That 30-year-old refugee has since been charged with attempted murder over the stabbing. Violence was also reported at several other locations in Northern Ireland. The First Minister, Michelle O'Neill, has condemned the protest violence as outright thuggery. The British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, called it shocking.
We are all sickened by this attack, but the scenes of violence and disorder have no justification, and we need to be really clear about that. Of course, there are questions that need to be answered, but destroying communities, destroying homes and driving people out of their homes is not and will never be the right way to respond to an attack like this.
France 24's Angela Diffley has been keeping a close eye on this story. She joins me on set. Angela, just talk us through the details of what exactly happened.
There were some very ugly scenes of terrified children and families, non-white families, being rescued by firefighters and police officers as their homes were torched by masked people. Obviously, this was just a small part of Northern Ireland, a small part of Belfast, and a small number of people, but really quite frightening scenes for those people living around there. Northern Ireland has a much more diverse population than it did have back in 1998, where the time of the Northern Ireland Good Friday Accord, which ended the sectarian violence between Catholics and Protestants, that is not related to this at all. You now have many more families from an immigrant background, many of them who've lived there for many years, working in the health sector, in care sectors, in businesses, in very many different sectors. The person who was responsible and is the suspect in the attack which triggered this violence was a Sudanese asylum seeker who illegally entered from Paris to Dublin and then into Belfast, but was given refugee status and the right to remain for 5 years. Now, what is certain, two things are behind this. This has certainly been stoked by what people are calling bad actors. Elon Musk, who regularly intervenes in UK politics and European politics in issues surrounding immigration, was seen to have reposted stuff by Tommy Robinson, a far-right activist, telling people where protest areas would be, and that is being condemned as having stoked up feeling. But beneath that, it is clear that both in mainland Britain, where we've seen this sort of thing, not to this degree of violence, also in the Republic of Ireland and in Northern Ireland last year, I was there last year, the same sort of thing around this area just north of Belfast in Ballymena around asylum seekers. It's often triggered by either rumours or a real incident. But underlying it is a feeling that among local people that asylum policy is not working, that people about whom they know very little, often large numbers of single men, are being housed in their low-income communities. They know little about it. They're consulted very little. And there is a lot of worry around that. These people are often thought to be, or in some cases genuinely, competing for the same public services as these low-income communities. So that is an area where the government has to either communicate better what it's doing or change what it is doing, because there is an underlying growing backlash to asylum policy in all three of those places.
And Angela, as you were saying, this is all completely unrelated to those previous so-called troubles in Northern Ireland. But can we draw any parallels? Is it reminiscent in any way?
It is unrelated, but it will resonate very much in Northern Ireland because, of course, you know, before the Good Friday Accord in 1998, there was this sectarian violence stemming back to the 60s in Ireland, Catholic nationalists, pro-Britain Protestants, and it was a feature, especially at the beginning of what are known as the Troubles, of families being burnt out of their homes on both sides. And very often, if there was a mixed marriage where a Catholic married a Protestant or vice versa, they were burnt out of their home. So this has very ugly echoes in Northern Ireland. There will be very many people in Ireland who are particularly worried by it. They do not want to return to that sort of scene on the streets of Belfast, even though the causes are quite different here. It does resonate. It is a particularly sensitive place as well. If you drive around, and I've driven around that area quite a bit, even people's allegiances to international causes are very separate. It is very sensitive. If you go to Catholic nationalist areas, you will see a lot of pro-Palestinian flags. If you go to Protestant areas, you will see Israeli flags. Even allegiances to outside causes are slightly different. The place is a much more prosperous, more successful place that works much better since the Northern Ireland Accord in 1998. But nevertheless, there is always a simmering tension, and anything like this will really worry everybody.
And what about these migrants and asylum seekers? Is it easy for them to enter Northern Ireland?
Well, since Brexit, of course, Northern Ireland, I think we have a map. Northern Ireland is internationally recognised as part of the United Kingdom, so that is out of the European Union. The Republic of Ireland is an entirely separate country. It is in the European Union. And for decades, even before EU membership of either country, there was an agreement between Ireland and Britain that citizens from both countries could come and go and live and work in each other's countries. The problem is with third country citizens who need visas or who are asylum seekers. That is where the issues are arising. And there was disquiet a year or so back in the Republic of Ireland, who said too many people who had been allowed into Britain were then coming into the Republic of Ireland, and there was a question around their asylum status and whether Ireland wanted them or not. So it is very complicated. What is clear is that there needs to be better cooperation, better intelligence sharing between Dublin and Belfast. But that is difficult because Dublin is within the EU. There are rules about intelligence sharing outside the European Union. So they'll need to sort out something there.
Angela, thank you for that. France 24's Angela Diffley.